Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, played a significant role in one of the most famous events in Greek mythology, the Trojan War. This story begins with a golden apple, a fateful choice, and a war that would last for 10 years. The trouble started at the wedding of Peleus and Thetis, the future parents of Achilles. All the gods were invited, except for Eris, the goddess of discord. Furious at being excluded, Eris crashed the celebration and threw a golden apple onto the banquet table. The apple bore the inscription, "For the fairest." Immediately, 3 goddesses claimed it. Hera, the queen of the gods, goddess of marriage and power. Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. To settle the dispute, they asked Zeus to decide who was the fairest. Not wanting to make enemies, Zeus refused, and instead sent them to be judged by a mortal, Paris, the prince of Troy. Paris was a simple shepherd at the time, unaware of his royal heritage. When the goddesses arrived, each tried to bribe him. Hera offered him power to make him the king of all Asia. Athena promised him wisdom and victory in battle. Aphrodite whispered a different offer, the love of the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen of Sparta. Paris, enchanted by Aphrodite's promise, chose her as the fairest. With that, she won the golden apple. But her victory would lead to disaster. Helen, the daughter of Zeus, was already married to King Menelaus of Sparta. But under Aphrodite's influence, Paris traveled to Sparta and either seduced or abducted Helen, took her back to Troy with him. Menelaus, furious, called upon all of Greece to help him bring Helen back. His brother Agamemnon led a massive army, including warriors like Achilles, Odysseus, and Ajax, and set sail for Troy. This marked the beginning of the Trojan War. During the 10-year conflict, Aphrodite remained on the side of Troy, supporting Paris and protecting her mortal son, Aeneas. At one point, Menelaus faced Paris in single combat. Menelaus would have killed Paris, but Aphrodite swept him away in a cloud and placed him safely inside his palace. She even scolded him for wanting to flee the fight, demanding he return to Helen. Later in the war, Diomedes, a Greek warrior, attacked Aeneas. When Aphrodite tried to save her son, Diomedes wounded her with his spear, making her the first Olympian god to bleed in the war. Crying out, she fled back to Olympus, humiliated. The war ended with the fall of Troy, thanks to Odysseus' idea, the Trojan horse. Helen was taken back to Sparta, and Paris was eventually killed. Despite this, Aphrodite's influence continued through Aeneas, who escaped Troy and eventually founded a lineage. That would lead to the creation of Rome. Aphrodite's role in the Trojan War showed both the power and the danger of love, proving that even the most beautiful gifts can lead to destruction. Aphrodite, as the goddess of love, did not just represent beauty and romance, but also the chaos and consequences of desire. Her choice to grant Paris Helen's love set off a chain of events that led to one of the most famous wars in mythology. Hit like and subscribe for more videos.